Hey you everybody, it's Audrey Byrne from Audrey Lynn Studios on the west side of Canada near Vancouver. So this video is just how you use the peony cutters. Just a second. Okay, so you know how a lot of us have these? They're off of Amazon and they make like little ring dishes or votive holders, etc. They come in a set like that. This largest one is 5 inches. And when I made my birdhouse, the Pool Noodle Birdhouse, that there's a tutorial on my channel, I mentioned that I 3D printed a larger peony outline cutter for my roof of the birdhouse so I could get more height and have it still cover the top. And so I had quite a few people ask, can I have one? So what I did was I 3D printed 3 sizes. So this one, I hope you can see it with all the busy background, but yeah. So this one is a 7-inch, an 8.5 inch, and a 10-inch. And what I used on the birdhouse was the 7-inch. But, and so this is how they compare. That's the 5-inch off of Amazon, and this is the 7-inch that I print. And that's the 7-inch is what's on this. But the 10-inch, this one, is what's here. So it is going to make, well, as large as the plate is that I can make with my 3D printers. So it's kind of fun because then you can make some nesting plates or just a pretty plate. And you can see that I've used the silicone cutters that we all seem to have too, right? These things. But these, I don't know, I don't think they come larger. So I just made do. And in this video, you'll see how I made do. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, here I have Plainsman 340, which is a buff. And I've rolled it to about just over 1/4 inch. And this is the largest peony flower that I am printing. And it measures, should be about 10 inches. Yeah, it's a 10-inch across flower. Now let me go get the one that you can get off of Amazon. Okay, so that one measures 5 inches across. So it's double, I guess. Yeah, see that? All right, so my plan is to print larger sizes than this. So I think there will be a 7, 8.5, and a 10, I think is probably a good way to go. And now I'm just going to get my plastic. Okay. I always use plastic. I don't like clay cack in my cutters. Okay. There we go. And then let's put this one down nice and big. I'm just going to grab a piece of wood so that we get an even push. Okay. There we go. Great. I have this bar here just so that it stabilizes, otherwise the flower would bend all over the place. So it takes, because of that bar, I can't print small, medium, and large at the same time, so it takes me longer, but my little freebies fit in there. You'll see what I mean later about the little freebies. So try to print more than one thing at once. So there we go, and I'm just going to fold that over because I'll use that for other things, and I'll be right back after I tidy up. Okay, So these are the silicone molds. Comes in a pack. So I don't have anything bigger than these. What I'm thinking, and please chime in if you have a better idea, is to do two presses in one petal. So move it over and like that. Now I missed something here, so let me go back and do this. I mean, you can always pull it out here and do that too. So I think that looks pretty good. So you're going to have a spot here where there's no texture. So, I wonder if we should do it more like that. Let's try that. Where this is pointing towards the middle like that. And then like that. Let's see, where is it? Right there. And then over here, pointing towards the middle. And then pull this up and do that again. Only because if you decide, you can bring your rubber tool. Okay, but before we try that, why don't we see what happens when you do this? I mean, it's not bad, right? And maybe you can just soften up some lines and just go into the middle like that. Or just soften it up like that. The thing is, once you get the glaze on it, it's not going to matter much, you know? So this could be okay. Anyway, chime in if you think you have a better idea, because I'm all ears. Okay, let's get this done. I like this better. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to try not to hit the edge of this too much here to make that line. So maybe just roll it in there. That's not bad, right? Not bad. Okay, let's just keep going then. So we're going to point that to the middle. See, just have to, there we go. And then I think it was this one that we just went to the middle with and tried not to push on the outside so much. Okay. And yeah, I'm doing this real time, so if you want to go quicker, then you just hit that little settings reel, hit playback, and hit a faster playback. And you can watch this quicker. Yeah, not too bad. You know, just like smooth out a few places. Like here, you can even take your little tool and blend in a little bit. I think it's not bad. Just maybe I went a little bit deep here. Just smooth it out, fill it in a bit. And really, if you want a bare spot sort of in the middle, then just take your finger and do that. Okay. And I suppose you could draw like stamen and whatever in there, but I'm not going to bother with it. It usually doesn't make too much of a difference. Okay, so do I like that? I think so. All right. Now, you definitely can lift these up, like curve them, lift them up and put sponges here. You can do that for sure, okay? I'm going to use this bowl I found. It was $4 at Dollarama. And I really like this bowl. I don't know if you can get it anymore, but because it's smooth on the inside, there's a few little ridges, and on the outside is a slope. It's got this texture, so you can use it 2 ways, which I love. And I'm just going to give it some Pam cooking spray, and put that flower right in there. And I think that makes a pretty nice plate. Like I looked for in my stash if there was a bowl that was flat on the bottom and lifted up a little bit here, but I think that's a pretty nice plate. Now maybe this is a bit high with the petals up this high, but I don't think so. I think it's fine. Now, before you just walk away from it, compress your rims right in there, in that V. That's where the thing's going to crack. All right, so I've got, you know, the sculpting tool. This one I just got at the dollar store too. And I'm just going to go in there, let's see, and just round those out and compress them, okay? Because it will crack there if you don't do that, as will any other cutter. And you would have seen that happen on my Love and Jers cutters plates that I forgot to compress, and they all cracked in the, not all, half of them did, in the V of the heart. All right, just like that. And go back and do it a few times as it's drying. And you know, you can go in and clean up your edges a little bit. And so there's that. So that's the 10-inch. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video and understood everything. This is the full set. I have it as a full set in my shop. Also, they're individual in my shop as well. And I hope they're useful to you. I'm excited. I'm excited now. I'm looking forward to making nesting plates, even if it's just 2. All right. So if you enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe, and share, and comment, and all of the above. Great. Peace out. Thanks, friends.